They broke me, piece by piece, word by word, lie by lie, and at some point, I let them. I gave them access to my heart, my dreams, my trust, thinking they'd protect it, thinking they'd value it, but instead, they used it. They used me. And when they were done, they didn't just leave, they shattered what was left and smiled. Maybe you know what that feels like. Maybe you've been the one left behind after giving everything. Maybe you've looked in the mirror and wondered, what's wrong with me? Maybe you've spent nights choking on your thoughts, begging for the pain to stop, for just one person to care. But no one came. So you broke a little more. And I wish I could tell you that I was stronger, that I didn't bend, that I didn't beg. But the truth is, I did. I begged people to stay. I begged them to see me. I lowered myself just to feel wanted. And in doing that, I lost myself. I lost the fire. I lost the fight. I became everything I said I'd never be. Silent, small, and scared. They broke me. But here's the part they didn't expect. I didn't stay broken. Because pain has a strange way of becoming a forge. And once you're done being the victim, once you stop expecting someone to save you, you realize something terrifying and powerful. No one's coming, but you're still here. And if you're still here, if your heart's still beating, that means there's something left. Even if it's just one spark, that's all you need. One spark can light a fire. One moment of defiance. One breath where you say, enough. That's what I did. I looked at the wreckage of who I was and said, I'm not staying here. I stopped waiting for an apology that was never coming. I stopped looking for closure from people who didn't care. I stopped handing out pieces of myself to people who only knew how to break. Instead, I got quiet. I disappeared. I went to war with myself. It wasn't pretty. Healing never is. There were nights I screamed into pillows, days I couldn't get out of bed, memories that ripped through me like glass, but I kept showing up. Broken, but trying. Tired, but standing. Alone, but alive. And somewhere in the middle of the silence, I heard a voice. Not theirs, mine. The voice I'd buried under people-pleasing, under shame, under fear, and it said something simple. You are not done. So I rose, slowly. I rebuilt every piece they tried to destroy. But this time, I built with steel. Not to keep people out, but to never let myself collapse again. They broke me, but in doing that, they revealed what I was made of. Not weakness, not neediness, not fear, but fire, endurance, and a kind of strength that doesn't come from comfort, but from chaos. So now, when I look back at everything they did, the lies, the betrayal, the nights I cried so hard I couldn't breathe, I don't thank them. I thank me, because I was the one who stayed. I was the one who kept fighting. I was the one who decided that my story wasn't over just because they walked away. And if you're listening right now, I know you have that same fire. It may be dim, it may be buried, but it's still there. And that's all you need. They broke you? Fine. Let that be true. But don't let them win by staying broken. Don't let their damage define your destiny. Let it drive you. Let it remind you every day that no matter what they took, they didn't take your power. That's yours. It always was. You just forgot. You just got lost. You just needed time to remember who the hell you are. So stop waiting. Stop crying over people who were never meant to go with you. This is your comeback. This is your moment. This is the part where the pain becomes the path and the scars become your armor. You don't owe anyone closure. You don't owe anyone proof. You owe yourself peace. So take it. Not tomorrow. Not when they apologize. Not when you feel ready. Take it now. While it still hurts. While it's still raw. Because that's when it matters most. And when they ask later, when they see you healed, thriving, unstoppable, and they ask, how did you do it? You'll look them in the eye and say, I did it alone. And that will be the loudest silence they've ever heard.